Hi, everybody. It's Linda G and Sterling.
Good morning, everybody. Good to see everybody on this time change Sunday.
I know. I know. I was awake, so.
Yeah, it always sneaks up quick, all the time changes. But I like this time change better than the one during the summer. So
Really? Going
yeah,
back is harder on you?
yeah, exactly. So I like this period, but it seems to work better with my schedule.
Okay. I'm an early riser, so now I won't be so early anymore. Okay. And do you have any announcements?
We do. So congratulations, you got to 44,000 subscribers. Very nice on your Linda G channel. So as
Thank you, you
always,
guys.
we give away a half-hour session with myself. And so we're announcing the winner. The winner for the half-hour session is Marcia Green. So all Marcia Green has to do is just contact our offices, info@sterlingpsychicmedium.com. Give us, contact number and email and whatnot, and we'll make it happen. So
Thank you.
congratulations to Marcia.
Thank you. Thank you, you guys. Okay. So we got some questions from everybody.
Okay, great.
From the other side, does Sitting Bull have a message for us?
So this week I had a chance to talk with him. It's the first time I've ever talked with Sitting Bull. I really didn't know very much about him, but one of the things he wanted to bring forth was that he was a bit unsatisfied or dissatisfied with the kind of progress that had been made for the Sioux Nation over the last 50 to 100 years, so to speak. But he wanted to kind of push forward the point that he felt now with the Biden administration, there'd be great opportunity for I think there's either 3 tribes or 7 master tribes in the Sioux Nation around the Dakotas, but for them to push forward all those claims that they've had and to really get some kind of a resolution on the things that, remember, the land was taken away for gold mining and that kind of thing. So
Right.
he
Even
was
though the
pushing.
Supreme Court said, no, you can't take their land, they did anyway.
Right, exactly. So the point was going to making to me was that this is a great time for everybody to kind of come together, either the 3 tribes or the 7 tribes, push forward with the Biden administration and make something happen. And then he also, he sent love to all of his wives and all of his children. So I guess he had a rather large family, I guess many wives and many children. So.
Okay. Hey, you guys, that barking noise, that's Lulu. All of a sudden she's doing a cough that's a barking cough. So I kind of searched it. It looks like kennel cough or something like that. Remember, she was in the kennel for a day while they did blood work and stuff. So I'll call. But if you hear that noise, I know about it, and I'll probably take her to the vet tomorrow.
Now, on my side, I don't hear it, but.
Oh, yeah. She's like doing a loud bark. But when it comes up,
Okay.
know that I know about it. Okay. All right. Will the benefits from Biden administration actually change people from 45's point of view to the Democratic point of view?
No, but here's the way this is kind of working out. There's about a third of the population that's very much, hard aligned to white supremacy. So that side is really going to be sticking with 45, to the bitter end. So, you're not going to be able to change them because they're not looking at it from ideology or from, political benefits to the nation. So I guess the answer is a good chunk, about 1/3 of the population will still stay with Trump.
Okay. Is anything going to happen in the states where governors abolished the mandatory mask policy and opened up everything?
Yeah, for me, it looks like there's 3 or 4 states that are really going to be affected the most, and almost have to go back to kind of a shutdown or a lockdown within this year, and then come back out again. But it doesn't look like it's nationwide, but it does look like 3 or 4 states are going to get affected. It does, yeah.
Is anything okay? Will Elaine Chao make a deal if indicted? Will she flip on Mitch and others?
Will she flip on what now? Say
On
again?
Mitch
Oh, Mitch.
or others?
Yeah, what I get there is that she's going to battle it pretty heavily from a legal standpoint from offshore. So it looks to me like she'll move offshore somewhere, try to battle it legally, and only give up like the bare minimum. So if the inference in the question is she going to throw Mitch under the bus? I don't see that, but I see her giving up whatever she has to just to kind of keep herself, above water, so to speak, but from offshore. So
it's interesting because I'm not quite sure if you said it too, but I always saw Mitch leaving because of her.
right,
Something to do with her. So
absolutely.
will the current governor of Texas, Greg Abbott, win re-election in 2022?
No, I get a solid no, but it's not just because of the power grid issues and the way COVID was handled, but apparently there's some other things going to come out in the press here about the way he's handled his cabinet, or, it's like the tip of the iceberg was the power grid problems and all the COVID-19 problems.
Right.
And then there's another like 3 or 4 big problems we haven't seen yet that are coming out. So that'll make it.
Texas barely went red. It wasn't a landslide.
Right.
Okay, we even thought maybe Texas would go blue, and they may go blue in 2022. Is the education system in America going to improve over the next 5 years?
It will, and it's no secret there. One of the big reasons it will is because the stimulus package is $1.9 trillion stimulus package is going to help teachers and education, schools quite a bit, but money is going to be the catalyst that's going to start to be able to pay better, hire better, more resources. So the answer is unequivocally yes. It will get better. Yeah.
Why did Harry and Meghan do the interviews with
Oprah?
With Oprah.
Yeah. I get their credibility was being called into question by a lot of large organizations. So these are foundations, organizations they were trying to do business with, even like the Netflixes of the world, but calling in to their credibility as to why they leave and escaped, so to speak. So they actually felt, I think it was based on legal counsel even, that they needed to get the truth out there. Okay. So it was just they couldn't let it go.
Okay. Do plants have a consciousness? Do our house plants understand us when we talk to them?
They do. They absolutely do. Not the artificial or plastic ones, but the real ones.
Right, but the real ones.
A lot of people have artificial plants, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Everything that's living on this earth has a consciousness and an energy level, and we can interact with it, even right down to insects. So everything has a level of consciousness and has a purpose and fits into the larger scheme of things. So, but plants absolutely, and plants, interestingly enough, they can actually even do things to show us people care from the other side. For example, I saw an individual, I was doing a session for somebody, and we were talking about their mother who had passed. And I said, the mother's drawing my attention to a flower reference for your house. And then she knew right away what it was. And she had a cactus in her bedroom that all of a sudden sprung up a flower. And she had thought about, so, plants can interact with the other side. So
that's great. I've always been empathetic, but lately it's increased to the point of trying to save bugs, snails, mice from being killed. If I see an animal that's died, it makes me cry. Why have I gotten so extremely sensitive?
Well, congratulations. That's just getting tied into universal energy that runs through all of us and all things. We were just talking about that. So that's really increased sensitivity and knowledge and understanding of the world. So that's all part of it. Yeah, absolutely.
That's
I know about you, but my wife and I, we save as many spiders as we can.
Right, right. I can't watch a movie, fake or not fake. I can't watch anything where animals are hurt.
Yeah, I have the same problem. But we've actually developed techniques for saving spiders, like using dusters to get them, out of the house.
Throw them outside. When channeling, why do some souls not come forward?
It's been my experience that nearly everyone will come forward, nearly everyone. In some very rare cases, I find that if there are some circumstances regarding someone's passing that they don't want to come out, or there's something going on here on the ground on Earth that will limit that communication. So for me, it very rare occurrence, but it does happen. So my answer to that would be, if there are some circumstances regarding their passing they don't want public at that time, that may limit the communication.
Okay. Are they going to find the person who wanted to bomb the DNC and RNC offices? Is it a woman, and will they go to jail?
So, there's several people involved here with that particular pipe bombing incident. It's a man and a woman, but I believe that they're paid. There's money exchanging behind the scenes, and there's also some direct connection with like the Oath Keepers. So it was actually not just a random occurrence. This is pretty well executed and organized and paid for. So they will find them, yes.
By the grace of God, those didn't go off though, huh?
Well, I think for me, what I'm picking up is a little bit of stupidity. So whoever built them, maybe they weren't as sophisticated as it could have been, thank God, so.
Okay. Can we escape the reincarnation cycle?
Absolutely. Once you pass on to the other side, there's absolutely free will choice. So you do have the ability to, stay over there, learn, teach, help, relax, or come back. So it's all in your control.
Right. Oh, here's a good one. Will Ted Cruz be defeated when he's up for re-election?
I get the answer is yes. And, yeah, he will be defeated. And he really put the last couple of nails in the coffin, so to speak, with the way he handled, the Mexico trip and the power grid problems. And yeah, so his time has come, and he'll be moving on. Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. I keep hearing the phrase, we are moving to a higher consciousness. What does that mean?
That references in a very simple way, everybody having much better communication with the other side and spirits and angels and guides. So as everybody increases kind of their level of communication ability, that raises everybody's collective consciousness. So it's everybody is that much more connected.
Okay. Why is Manhattan DA Cy Vance not running for re-election?
I saw that in the news, and what's interesting is what I get on that is that he actually has some sort of an aim to run for political office. So
okay.
He's actually taking a look at. He also doesn't want to be tied down for years with the 45 investigation and trial.
Right.
And so he's like, he wants to run for office. That's why I get political office.
Okay. Do evil souls go to heaven?
It's an interesting topic because so everybody crosses over, and when you cross over, what I get on that is that heaven, there's many different levels of heaven energetically, very low level energetic beings and very high level. So everybody crosses over to the same place, but it's not that, let's say, individuals that had very low vibrational energy here move over to a high vibrational energy over there. No, there's still a very low vibrational energy, and they have things they have to work through. Yeah. So.
But they have a chance to work through also.
They do. It's a school everywhere.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Are some of the gray alien species dying off? If so, is that why they are visiting Earth? Interesting question.
What I get on that is that there's a natural evolution occurring with the gray. So it's nothing, let's say, that's out of the ordinary. Kind of end of life. I don't know. I think the grays live several hundred years.
Whoa.
So it's a natural life occurrence. It's not anything that's out of the ordinary. It's evolution.
Wow. Are demons real? Are they different than trickster spirits?
Another good question, almost related to that question before. Let me say first and foremost that I do not run into demons. So I'll be very clear on that.
Me neither.
I do see a lot of low level energy, and prankster spirits many times like to play games at the very baseline level. So you find them in haunted houses or in places where they'd like to scare you. But so prankster spirits are not demons, and I don't even run into demons, and I don't believe they're on the other side. So prankster spirits are different. Yeah.
Will there be any major breakthrough with obesity in the future?
There will be, and this gets around. Thank you for sending me the book, by the way.
Yes, and you guys, I wanted to mention, what's the name of the book again? I have it on audio.
I'm drawing a blank right now.
It's
I
something to
apologize.
do. Hold on, I'll tell you what it is. It is called, hold on. So I just opened the obesity code. So I don't know what the hell that is. Okay. I can't seem to come out of this. There we go. It is called,
Is it breaking the code? Or
it's Code Breaker.
Code Breaker, there you go.
And it's everything you talked about.
Or my guides talked about many months ago, or even a year ago.
About gene splicing.
Gene splicing. So the answer, the reason I bring this up is that it actually relates directly to this question that gene splicing or gene editing technology was going to open up. It'll be the pathway and the doorway to solving just about everything that mankind is facing. So
wonderful. So yes, they were talking about it on MSNBC in the book. The day the book came out, I sent it. I don't know if you've gotten it yet.
I did. Thank you. Wonderful.
I think, or maybe your wife has it.
She grabbed it out of my hands. I think she's already halfway through the book.
She's interested too. Okay.
Yeah. By the way, there's only one thing that gene splicing won't cure, and that's a bad attitude.
There you go. So you're saying that the breakthrough with obesity could come from the same thing we were just talking about?
It will be. It will be, because there'll be a modification. All these things will end up as injectable serums or whatnot that will enable the body to kind of change and adapt to the problems it's facing, whether it's obesity or diabetes or ALS, a whole host of things.
Fantastic. Are aliens able to astral project themselves here? Interesting question.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. They're highly involved in that area. And, not only coming here, but they can also go through wormholes and astral project. So yeah, absolutely. They have all that ability. Yeah.
Okay. Does Edgar Cayce have any messages for us regarding the virus and the safest places to be at this time?
The biggest message I get from Edgar Cayce is to stay vigilant. That's the whole first thing he says, stay vigilant. And that if everybody does what they're supposed to, which is, take care and be safe, and there's a whole discussion level on that about being safe, but that by the end of this year, we'll really have everything pretty well under control. It doesn't mean that going into 2022, there won't be some maintenance. There'll be some other variants going on, but there'll be 4 major vaccine manufacturers. So stay vigilant is the message from Edgar Cayce.
Can I throw another question in real quick?
Sure.
The president said that he'd like by May 1st that all adults are vaccinated, or at least on the road to vaccination. Will that be accomplished, do you think?
Absolutely. Absolutely. So what he said was by May 1st, he'll open up the gateway so that everybody that wants the vaccine can get it.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Do you see anything coming up next week?
I do. 3 major areas for me. One is, we're seeing the stimulus package roll out right now. Many people already got their first checks by direct deposit. But we're going to see a lot of the benefits start to almost like a groundswell of good things happening as the money flows out into education and to business and restaurants. We're going to see a lot of the groundswell. We're also going to see more communications from like Megan and William regarding more claims and complaints, because it looks like they're going to get more entangled in some more legal efforts going on around protecting their name, so to speak. I think that's the biggest thing. Yeah. And I do see I think it's Merck. Merck now is helping Johnson & Johnson. Looks like Merck is going to make some advances around the vaccine as well, too. I do see kind of those 3 big areas for this week.
And if I could just throw it out there too, sorry, AstraZeneca.
AstraZeneca?
Yeah, so the UK and another country just shut it down. They're not using them because of blood clots.
Yeah, and I think they've got a harder road there, but I know they're going through another trial right now. The first trial apparently wasn't long enough. I don't have the current details, but they're gonna be a contributor to the vaccines, but they got a little bit longer process here before they.
Can they get the ones we have, or are we just taking care of us first and then we start sending it to them?
And then you mean other parts of the world outside
like
of North America?
Pfizer and Johnson and Johnson, are they sending it to other parts of the world? Their vaccine?
They are to some extent, and then they will. I know Canada's having a problem right now, right? Getting vaccines and other parts of the world. So they will be taken care of over the next number of months here.
Okay. Do you have any information that your guides would like to share?
Yeah, and kind of in a funny way, my guides are kind of, and my angels are telling everybody's guides and angels, they say communicate early and communicate often. I mean, just like keep it going and share the joy, share the love. But they were telling me all this week, communicate early and communicate often.
Awesome. That is so cool.
Yeah.
Well, you rock, my friend. Thank you very much.
Always nice getting together on a Sunday morning with a
Sunday
an hour
morning,
change.
daylight savings time. It's going to rain here. I don't know what it's like down there.
I think we're okay for the time being, but it's been raining off and on. So
Yeah, I like rain. I'm a rain person.
that's no problem at all.
Okay, my friend. Thank you guys. See you guys
All
next
righty.
Sunday.
Take care.